That's I
Okay,
feel like that's wrong.
Thursday, I have a girl code that I
He
think
can't
everybody
like.
will
He
probably
can't
agree.
like. I don't care if it's a picture of the dog on the page.
What are
Nobody
you
better
gonna do though?
like
Like
him.
I feel like you should look at it like I deserve this. Yes, this is my money. We received a letter. I'm gonna go ahead and then read it to you guys. Someone wanted advice from the Melanated Opinion. So they said, "Hey yo, Melanated Opinion, I've enjoyed listening to your podcast. I have a situation. My family keeps inviting my ex to our family functions. He and I get along well enough, but this makes it so hard for us to move forward. Should I say something to my family about this, or should I leave it alone? Any advice will help. Thanks in advance and Merry Christmas. Sincerely, they won't let me be great."
So
So I'm
what?
wondering. Oh, go ahead.
Uh, I was just gonna say, and usually parents always have people that they like and they don't like, and when the parent is trying to invite the ex there, that means they really don't like who she's with, uh, and they want her to get back with the other person for whatever the reason. May not be the case, but usually parents decide, hey, I like this person, and they're gonna stand behind that person to the end and try to, if they can bring a little wave in there, they'll bring a little wave, right?
I mean, I guess I feel like we need more of a backstory for me. Like, did
Yeah.
he cheat on you? Did you just get tired of him? Like, what's the reason that y'all not together? Because it could be that her family don't know that he cheated on her. So if that's the case, they would probably stop inviting him if they knew that was the case. Um, it could be anything else. They like, oh, like they can get past this, and I want them to get back together. So if it's something small in their mind, then they will be, introduced, inviting that person back if it's something small in their mind. So I think it just depends for me on the reason why. Although bigger part is really not their business or their place. But
I mean, the letter says they get along well enough. So, it's not like it doesn't sound like they're at odds with each other. It just sounds like maybe it's hard to move on when you still
Right.
have to like intermingle with this person.
That's rude to do. That's rude for the parents or family to do. Don't do that. Like, because obviously it's a reason that they're broken up. Like, what if he was being manipulative or a narcissist? Like, and it's just like, I don't want my parents all in my business. I shouldn't have to tell them that. Don't be rude and invite my ex if I told you that that's my ex.
But I wonder, has she told her parents that she didn't want the ex?
Does she have to though?
Yes.
That's like not
Yes,
anyone.
yes.
No, that's
Yeah.
not anyone's business.
No, because to me,
No, you don't have to say why.
To me, I feel
why
like if she or he didn't invite them, then why would you take it upon yourself to invite them?
Yeah, that's rude.
well, if the parents have his phone number, that means that they have been communicating with him without that person at some point. So they have a relationship already, and that relationship gives them permission. That's not better. They have the number. So
Why?
just say,
Yeah,
When I deleted them, you should have deleted them too.
It don't work that way.
yeah, but it's just like your parents just can't do that. Or family members, like that's just not how it works. They can't just keep inviting your ex. It's just like if somebody got divorced, if my parents got divorced and I kept inviting the person that they divorced, they will be upset at some point, especially if it's in the beginning. Like, you don't want that person around right now. Like, that's just rude to do.
But that's why you probably should tell them, hey, I'm not comfortable with him being around, and see how they respond then. Because if it's your family, I can't see them still inviting them, after you told them that you didn't want him around.
Oh, that's my family now. I'm talking about other people.
Well, I think the main thing is, and I guess like Crystal was saying, we don't have enough information, but one thing you want to do is you do want to keep your parents out of your business, but once you put them in your business, don't get mad when you forgive the other person and they don't, or if you want to be friends with that person and they don't. I see that happens a lot. I've seen that in my family. So I know, my sister would get mad, and she'd get mad with somebody to tell us something, we get mad with them, and then they back friends, and we still mad. So keep parents out of your business until it's necessary. But if you got somebody else, tell them. Your parents want to know, hey, this ain't working.
Yeah, definitely say something to them.
So to me, it just sounds like you need to be straightforward with your people and let them know.
And him as well. You should say, I'm not okay with you coming over to my family functions. Stop doing that, please.
So
But
You
that's
might
nice
say
way.
something for him though. Like maybe he still have feelings for her. Because to me, if you are done with that person, you would say no. Like, why are you still coming around if you don't want nothing to do with her?
But even if he has feelings, what they got to do with me? You get what I'm saying? Like, I want you.
I have what I feel like is a good solution, right? So tell your family you're gonna have to choose me or him. If you invite him and he comes, I'm not gonna be there. Excuse me, I'm not coming.
My family would choose him.
I doubt
Let's hope
that.
not.
I
Let's
doubt
hope.
that. So after you don't show up 1 or 2 times and let them know you're for real, they will stop inviting that person. I feel like 100%. That's what I think. Try that. After you tell them first and then give them an ultimatum.
Interesting.
Is that what you think?
Well, yeah, I think communication is the case. If you have an issue with a guy or with a girl or whatever, if you let your parent know, your parent is going to respect that. But don't tell them that if you don't mean for them to accept what you say. If you got a problem with this guy and you found a new guy, say, hey, I done moved on from him. I know you like this guy, but I done moved on. So next family function, I don't want to see him now. And I promise you, your parent won't have him now.
Well,
Sounds like some
folks.
sound advice to me.
So we received a letter. And it says, hi ladies, I need some tips on how to upgrade my style. I would like to dress more stylish, but I'm not sure where to start. You're not by yourself. Putting clothes together is not something I'm good at. I've always worked from home and never really had to dress up to go anywhere. I would like to start going out and meeting people, but I want to look good. Since you are all females, I was wondering if you had any tips on how I can upgrade my look.
Takara, she's the fashionista.
So I would say for me, develop your own personal style, right? So take a combination of the things that you already do with ease and add a little something extra to it. Like if you don't can't think of ideas, go on social media because people are always posting outfits of the day. OOTD, I think hashtag OOTD, and that's outfit of the day. But again, like I said, start with whatever comes natural to you and then add a little zhuzh to it. Like you're going to have to kind of step outside of your comfort zone in some ways. Like you don't have to be extreme, but just start somewhere. Whether that is also look at fashion magazines, or look to stars who appeal to you, stars who their style is kind of in line with your current style, but maybe like a bump up. Maybe you see them add an extra, I don't know, scarf or brooch or whatever it is that they do. Brooch sounds so old, but I like them actually.
Well, I can totally feel where she's coming from. But you were saying look at magazines and look at, what people have the outfit of the day. I can look at that, but that don't mean I can go to the store and pick out that. That's the problem that I have. I'm not able, I can go in the store and if I see something on the mannequin and I like that, then I go look for that exact outfit. But if I look on a picture or in a magazine or something, I can't go to the store and find that.
Go ahead, Melissa.
I would say what I do is I figure out what specific style I'm going for. For instance, right now I'm looking for more earthy style. So I looked on Pinterest and looked at black girl earthy outfits, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of stuff came up. And I also checked Shein and I was like, oh my God, they had all this stuff here the whole time. And I completely passed by it because I never looked it up and saw, a whole bunch of outfits on it. And now I see it like that. So I think you actually need to find your look, what exactly you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I also think that, so you said you have trouble, like, or the person said they have trouble like putting it together, meaning like, if you, like you say, if you see something in a magazine, you're not going to ever find like an exact, unless they tell you exactly where they got it from, but try to get, like, use that as inspiration, not as a like, let me go mimic this to the T. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think for me, like, it's also about training your eye, because you look at it and you look at it as a whole, but then you got to realize, okay, this is a button down shirt, or what they wear like layers on top. And that's what I actually like. I like the fact that it's layered. It took me a long time just to figure that out. Like, I had to look at a whole bunch of pictures to see what is the common theme, what are they doing. So it's like, oh, okay, so it's fitted here, but it's loose here. So that's what I got to look for. It's like, it's about training your eye, what exactly you like about it, and then going to find something that looks like that.
I would also say probably stop looking for outfits, because I think you're going to spend way more money that way. And like I said, yeah, I think it's going to be, you get one thing for like $100.
Piecing it together. Yeah.
Right. Instead of getting like a whole bunch of things that you can wear with several outfits.
Right. Like that's also another thing, right? Get some staple pieces that are, just simple, generic pieces. And then you add a little zhuzh to that.
Okay, I have a question. So let's say someone have a white t-shirt and blue jeans. Like, how, like, give us an example of how they can dress that outfit up.
Dress it up?
Yeah.
Jewelry for sure. But really,
what kind of jewelry? Just
accessories, bracelets, necklaces.
What kind?
Whatever you like. It's a white t-shirt and some jeans. You really can't go wrong.
You or the person can try on different kinds. So whatever you currently have, try on big hoops and see how it looks. Try on like little pearls, see how it looks. Try on like whatever you have and see how it looks with it. Try on multiple things. Don't try to, like, to me, I say just throw some stuff on, because that's when I always look the best, when you're just throwing stuff on and be like, oh, I didn't even know this would look cute with this.
So you were saying dressing up some jeans and a white tee. I love a white tee because you can do so much with it. For me, I would put on some knee-high boots with that if the jeans are fitted, and tie a flannel around my waist and do my bun, because that's what I do. And put on a cute, face, some makeup, and some real good earrings. And that would be dressing it up to me. I would even do that and wear that to church. Like, I wouldn't wear the jeans and the t-shirt. Maybe I would put a black dress on instead, but I'd still tie the flannel around my waist and do the tall boots.
Well, you know what I think would help the lady plus myself, if y'all did like a little modeling show. It showed us, especially like work-wise and after work, like just how you can take something plain, like y'all saying, this in your closet, and piece it together. I think she likes it.
Oh, that could be fun. We'll see what we could come up with. That might be fun.
Yep.
Well, thank you for writing into us. So I guess it's letter time. And we received a good one. It's interesting. So they say, hello, melanated opinion. I know someone who I feel needs to go to counseling, but they won't go. They had a lot of things happen to them when they were younger that were not really dealt with. I've suggested talking to a professional, but they don't believe in counseling. Any suggestions on how to get someone to go to counseling when they don't want to go? Why you make that face, Melissa?
I don't know, because I guess a couple of things came to my mind, because I don't know if y'all feel this way, but this is the way I feel. I don't feel like the Black community as a whole pushes therapy and counseling like they should. And it's kind of looked down upon rather than looking as a way like, oh, my child needs help or my sister needs help. It's kind of like, oh, people gonna talk about this. That's the first thing they resort to rather than encouraging to go to counseling. That's why I think a lot of Black people, at least from my experience, what I see, that's why they don't want to go.
I feel like that's more of like the older generation.
Mhm.
From what I've seen, the people who are, younger and young, they don't mind going to counseling. Like, it's no stigma around it for them, but it's more of the older people, at least from what I've seen. But if I don't know how to get someone to go,
Yeah,
don't.
that's where I'm kind of like confused about, because I almost feel like you can suggest it and you should suggest it, but I think that's a personal decision that has to be made by them.
Yes, and I think too, they have to kind of, I think the person can explain to them what counseling actually look like today. A lot of people think, just like me, I used to think counseling is you go sit on a on a couch and tell your problems, lay down, and they writing everything down and they may diagnose you with something, but it's not like that. It has been proven that it has been more effective now because, like Krista said, a lot more people, I know several people my age have been going now, and I mean they get a lot of tips, they get a lot of methods that they can use in everyday life to help when certain situations arise, and they like it. And depending on the type of job you have, some of it is paid, through your insurance as well. So it's not as pricey as people think. So I think you have to kind of explain to them what counseling looks like now and how effective it can be. And you can get them to talk to somebody who actually has went to counseling and let them, be able to answer any question.
Research into going into choosing therapists and things like that. Like, try to choose someone that looks like you or may have experienced the same thing like you. And that might help the experience. Like, just not trying to be rude, but like, some male white therapist I wouldn't have a lot of common with. Like, he probably wouldn't understand half the stuff I'm going through because he just wouldn't understand. So I think and I'm just saying this because I have experienced this. Like, I went to therapy with a white older man and it wasn't relatable. I'm not going back.
That's a good point. They actually have counseling for all different types of areas or all different types of people. They have Christian, they have different community counselors, they have counselors of all race and gender. So they just have to find, it's kind of like if you're going to an OBGYN, like you got to find who you're comfortable with.
True. So I hope this was helpful. And thank you for writing to us. So I think that was it.
Speaking of keeping up with the Joneses, this Jones person, I'm just kidding, her name is not Jones. We got a letter and she just said, "Hi everyone, I'm officially divorced from my ex, and part of me wants to move on and part of me thinks it's too early to date. How long do you think I should wait before I start dating again?" What do y'all think?
I think it depends on how long you've been checked out. Like, because I feel like with divorces, you kind of been down with that relationship, and like, for women, I personally feel like we check out before we actually leave, mentally check out before we leave. So I feel like if she's been checked out for a while, do what you do. Like, don't listen to what other people have to say. If you want to date now, go ahead and just go ahead and do that.
Right. I think it's case by case. And again, whatever you're comfortable with, is what you need to do. I mean, if you feel like you're healed, that's the other thing, right? You want to make sure that you are healed, because even if you're checked out, I imagine, I've never been divorced, but I imagine just having to go through that process takes a toll in itself. So, I would say whenever you're healed, whenever you're full and whole, that would be the best time to start dating, whatever that means for you, whether it's a month or a year or 2 years.
My thing about healing is I don't necessarily think that we're ever going to be fully healed with leaving anything, because I don't know. I just think your new partner is not supposed to be, but there's hold on. We might have to cut this because I don't want to use the word suppose and I'm trying to go around it. I'm trying to say, basically your new partner, y'all are supposed to work on past traumas and past relationships, like what didn't happen, because you can't unlearn some things. You get what I mean? So I don't think you will ever necessarily be fully healed, because you're gonna always have to work on things. You're gonna always have to heal forever.
But I guess I'm a little bit on the opposite end of that, because when I think about healing, think about if you got a scratch or something like that. You're healing yourself. So it's not like you're healing the situation, and you know, you got scars, like I got this scarf right here. It's healed. So you might still have scars, you might have memories of the situation, but you can heal. And then what happens is if you move on too fast, you gonna kind of have that same mentality on the next person, and it's not fair to them because they're not the one that hurt you. So sometimes you do have to take time out for yourself, because like you said, you do lose yourself. I think Takara said you do lose yourself when you're, you know, especially when you're going through a divorce or something like that. But in the same sense, it's like you forget kind of who you are. You might want to start dressing back up, you know, getting your hair done, do some things for you, and then step out. And I mean, your heart will tell you when you're ready. If you're ready, and then, you know, this right comes along, hey. But I think sometimes when you move on too fast, it's kind of like a rebound versus the person that, you know, you actually want to be with. You might don't want to be alone.
I still disagree, because, for example, say when I was younger, like throughout my household, we just used to talk over each other. That's all we did. We never listened. This is an example. We used to talk over each other. And so when I get into this new relationship, this new partner, like, nah, we're not doing that. You finna cut that right now. And like, they're going to continuously work on it with me till it's fixed. Like, I don't think nobody's going to go into anything fully healed, because they have to be with the person who's willing to help them out. Because I don't think we can do it by ourselves, to be honest. That's my opinion. I don't think we can do it by ourselves.
Well, I mean,
oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think it is a process, and I think it's something that's always going to happen. It just depends on whenever you feel like you are ready and you have gotten past all the things that have happened, and you're able to mentally move on for yourself. And don't let nobody tell you when you need to move on. People may say you should move on tomorrow. They may say you need to wait 5 years. Regardless of what they say, they are not you, and you should not listen to them. I also vote for whatever you need to move on, even if that means going to find someone online today, then that's what you should do. Who cares if it's a rebound? If it helps you move on in the moment, then move on. Just know that it's just what you're, just know where you're at mentally. So if you're mentally looking for something temporary, then be truthful and honest with yourself. If you know you don't want that, then don't do that. Wait until you're 100% fine and figure out exactly what you're looking for.
I would say, and we're not saying play with people's feelings. So if you're going to do this rebound thing, can we tell people that we're not trying to be in a relationship? Because we don't got time to be playing with nobody's feelings, okay?
Do whatever you want to. Do what you want to. They're going to do it to you. Do what you want to.
Hold on. Don't do that. Do not do that.
Do what you want to. Do what you want to.
Yes, too. How many? Well, I guess some people do want to, because I'm like, in my mind, how many people are ready to settle right back down, especially if you was going through a divorce? But some people be in a relationship before the divorce is even final. So,
Which goes to do what you want to.
Don't.
Well, thank you for sending in the letter, guys. That was fun.
Are you ready for the letter this week? Okay, so just 1 second. This person wrote, "Hey guys, I am interested in changing jobs. I've been at my current job for some time now. I love the people and I like the work. However, it's no longer challenging to me. I would like to move forward and try something else, but at the same time, I'm super comfortable here and fear the unknown. Can you guys give any advice? Should I stay or should I go?"
I would say go, definitely. Because when you get to that point, you're gonna be happy. It's like something already telling you in the inside, like your time is up or you're burnt out and you're not being your best self. So that could just be a way to get you a comfort zone that you have been in for years, and either you're gonna go willing, or something's gonna happen and it's gonna push you out anyway. So I feel like once you start getting those feelings, because I personally have been there myself, then it's just time for you to go because you're not going to be beneficial to the company or yourself.
Yep.
I
And
definitely.
also,
You go.
I also wonder if there's a way that this person can move up in their current job. Like, are there other positions where they can think about moving around so they're still there, but they're doing something different, like learn a new skill. Maybe if there are options there, then maybe also look into that, also try that. But I agree with everything Shanita was saying. Plus, don't let fear stop you, because just ask yourself, do you want to be in this same situation in 5 years? And if your answer is no, then that lets you know what you need to do, and you have to do what's best for you, fear or no fear.
Yeah. I think, on the other side of fear, right? If you actually make the leap and have faith in the decision that you're making to move forward, you're probably going to be pleasantly surprised, because one, you are going to challenge yourself, and anything that is worth having, you're likely going to have to get over a little bit of that fear in order to be able to get it. So I think it could only benefit you. You've been with your current company, you have a good track record. So, it's likely that the next place you'll go, you'll have a good track record there too. So it sounds like you just kind of need to step into that decision with confidence.
I definitely agree with everything y'all said. I would definitely say if you feel like you need to be challenged more, go ahead and seek for something more challenging. And like my mom said, if you would like to move up in the company, you need to let them know you want to move up. Like, be very vocal about it. Like, hey, is there anything open for me to go into? And I think that would definitely help. And I think you should take risks as well. It's okay to take risks. I know it could be scary, but it's definitely helpful if you take risks, though. So much for watching today's show. If y'all want to send us a letter, please email us at themelanatedopinion@gmail.com. And once again, thank y'all so much for watching.